towards nature conservation, life preservation, therefore, and reduce on the magnitude of the harsh climate change that we're experiencing in the world, also in this part of the country as a whole here, because just a few weeks ago, in the month of March, we experienced a lot of heat around, which we call heat wave, which I had never experienced before. This is as a result of the climate change that is taking place due to man's contribution. Of course, I know and I acknowledge there are natural causes that contribute to that, but on the majority of the cases, humanity has played a very huge role. Having said that, and you are aware that this show is done into languages, okay? It's done to languages, Duolingo. We have English, we have Toro, and sometimes some other people call it Runyakitara because the Bakiga understand the language I'm talking, Batoro, the same Banyankore and Banyoro. So the four R's form what they call Runyakitara, Kitara that is, where this language is understood and spoken. I'm talking about Toro. But also English is aimed at making sure that nobody is left behind. Everybody is brought on board to match with us as far as these discussions are concerned. Yes, today I wish I could continue with yesterday's work where we had started discussing, actually we're in the middle of the discussion on matters to do with leadership. I'm reserving the aspect of in history today, what happened in history today, or today in history if you want. For today, I will reserve that one for next week, Thursday. I would rather now go to the aspect of leadership to complete the discussion, though I cannot exhaust the discussion because it is a huge one which can take a month or so to discuss leadership matters. But at least the key highlights that I bring out can be helpful also to myself, of course, but to the rest of us who are watching and listening in, because we think and believe and convinced that every one of us is a leader of some sort. You may not be aware, you may not acknowledge and appreciate it, whatever fashion you do your leadership, you are a leader. And so for that matter, it's important for me to remind you of that position you're holding, that responsibility you have, that role you play, so that you do it the best way possible, other than gambling about with it and doing it haphazardly and sometimes causing socio-economic accidents, including political. So for that reason, it's imperative upon me now going back to complete, to some extent, the list of leadership characteristics, qualities, abilities that we have, sometimes unconsciously, but also consciously knowing that we have them, some of course, and also to bring on board those who have not, who had not known it before. So for that reason, I'll go back to the list. Yes, I invite you to march on with me so that we can be able to do something. I'm going to switch back to shortwaving in the renewal authority because I'm aware and I acknowledge there are many more people down there along the way in the villages where I'm born and other people born who may not be very comfortable with the language I'm using right now, but also could be comfortable in the language that they know their mother tongue, which we call vernacular. And I'm not doing badly in that language because that's what I have naturally. This other one I'm using right now is a learned one. It's an acquired one. It came after I was born. And so I'm enjoying it because also I spent time learning it, giving it attention, and it did me plenty of good as well. So, and that's part of the reason why I'm here to discuss some of these matters. Yeah, thank you for watching with the SUPERHOST Hamilton. The show is my Plannet. Yes. Ijo tubalizehoga ekigambo eky'obwebembezi. Omungereza twakyeta leadership. tukibalizeho mu context mu mulingo gugoza kumanya nikimanyisaki twakibaza mulingo gugoza kumanya nikyetagisa obenaki mu mulingo gw'obusobozi mu mulingo gw'ebisembo mu mulingo gw'amagezi mu mulingo gw'obukugu ite kuli munda mu rutoro rw'omuntu tukweta obuginga mu mulingo gw'okumanya n'okwetegereza nukwo obujunanizibwa bwawo obw'obwebembezi obuhikirize rundi obukole kurungi kukiraho nkoku obukora obubaire otakamanyire kurungi ebikwetagisa kuba nabyo ebindi kyonka tokumanya ngo bindi kandi ebindi nomanya bindi baitu tokumanya nibikora nkaka nibikora bita hati nyowe ekicweke cyange hano mu show ya my Plannet nuko kumanya ngo you really get on board nagaruka kandi ebintu byetegereza kurungi oburabaga nokole kintu cyona omanyege ngo eno jonanzuba bwebembezi kandi agamba obwebembezi nobutandikira haliwe tingambe nobutandikira haliwe iwe I mean myself nyowe kweyebembera leading myself will help me be able to lead others oburku butakumanya application ya leadership no gikorota bwomezi bwawe nija kukugumira kugikora abantu abandi or rather iwe nija kwikaraga nobaragira kora kino bitito hulire ungambire kino awaka tagenzera kuli nokujuma abandi nokutera which is not one of the aspects of leadership. Yes, today I understand ngu abakazi borubuga rwa Fort Portal City women are celebrating the belated International Women's Day at Boma Fort Portal. I think they have started mass singing or gathering to celebrate their day. They started with the pre-day activities yesterday or the eve with a number of activities at Boma there, but now today it will be in full swing. And from here I will join them. I'm not a woman yet, but I'm a son of a woman and a father of women because I've got children as well, and a friend of women, I have a relative of women, I have sisters, I have in-laws. So my wife is a woman. I tell you, that's what it is. And so we work in partnership, mutual partnership with women. So we need to support each other in all that we undertake. So congratulations to women of Fort Portal City. I wish you the best of the day celebrations and God's blessings in that direction. But also as we cautiously know that we need to relate well, male and female, like husband and wife, or spouses, or men and women. The aspect of gender is very important, and sometimes it is put out of context. Like we are in competition to fight over something, avenging, which is not necessarily the case. So I'm diplomatically cautioning some women who go out of the way to think that men are so bad that, they are not good. They were stopping us from eating eggs, from eating chicken, fish. They were stopping us from going to work. They were not paying full-time school fees for girl children. And so they were bad. No. I want to tell you they were not. If they were not aware that they were doing a wrong thing. But now, who forced them to do the right things today? So it's a question of mindset change. It's a question of getting aware. It's a question of, appreciating what it is. Many of us, there are certain things we don't know, but when we get to know them and we know them and we appreciate and do them. So not necessarily that we're in a conflict of interests. Arabagambire ngo abaseja gambaga bakazi batari ensenene nencu rundi byenyanja nenkoko na mahuli ngo hukwa libinura muno hati kike kitakunura muno ebindi byona babalekaga bakali ati bikunura kanati kani babiri abakazi hati abaseja bakaleka kubanura. So the context telling bakabaro hitima haro hali haro henobi kanati oli mukazi wao hati ora mugamba uta atali kurungi rundi buli tokemanyire nkakubali ate nali kurungi. So hati ninkimanya ignorance has no defense, but this is so in the modern age. But a long time ago Bible netugambira Paulo nagamba mundagane mpyaka ngo obutamanyo bwakasumi kali mukama atabarole muno. Yes, kan hati akasumi kakano nugo tasobora kwetonganira kuba tusomere tetegerize tumanye mugaso y'ebyo kulya endi enungi nutrition and the rest of that, and it's opposite. So we know that one. So women of the world and women of Fort Portal City, you have a great day. All the best and blessings. Back to this business here obwebembezi. Obwebembezi tukagamba ekyo nugo omulingo rundi enkora rundi emitwalize eya omuntu rundi abantu kunanata kwebembera kwoleka enkiro omuhanda rundi ebyo kukora omuntu wendi rundi abantu abandi. Osokuba oli muntu omu noyoleka abantu noyoleka omuntu omu ebyo kukora. Osokuba oli muntu omu noyoleka abantu bengiho ebyo kukora. Musobora kuba muli bantu babiri basatu nkabebembezi noyoleka abantu ebyo kukora. So that is guiding, kuoleka, to show the way, and it's good to lead the way. Akuwa oli nomoleka kwataho gende kulika kubagwa mukina tamanyiri hati okumwebembera kagambi jatugeni tukole tute na tute na hondera na yangu hero namanya aina na kind of social security around there. So guiding is part of leadership, but also inspiring and motivating. Kwekamso muntu okamtamamani okamtamamani ochetegereza kumuletereza kutunga moyo gwo hura na agweza kukole kintu. Yes, obundi warukurora na kikora na mwegomba runahura na mwegera runahura ikimwisa mabe ibane tendugambi suma kubisuma nirija bintu byokulya no kunywa no gutunge that kind of thing. So beitu okuro muntu na hana gamba nyina kukora na semera kwa environment ekumuletereza kura na agweza koleke kandi no kumuletera kura ngo oroho rundi toro kasi tokamoleke cyo kukora neja kukora hakikole kurungi akisemeze newe semerewe na wasemerewe na abandi basemerewe kandi kigasira abantu hati omutimo gogo kuba mutere at that level to get influencing. So leadership is the art of guiding, inspiring and influencing a person or people towards taking action to meet or fulfill a given goal or mission or objective. Abantu tubananata tubebembera tuboleke enkiro nekigendererwa cyo kubekambisa kukora ebiratukonyera kwika hakigendererwa ekikuru ndi bigendererwa bikuru ebyo kwetagira ebintu ebyo bikorwe. Ekyo kisobora ko halengo rweka nikisobora ko halengo rwa institution ebitongole nka kino ekya makuru Fort TV netongole bindi ekyenyegesa cyobomezi cyokulima no kulisa. Talk about them. So abantu kwa balumu basemerera kukonyerwa okusagikwa nuko bakole mirimo egi kurungi. That is leadership, showing what to do, how to do it, when to do it, with which resources and the rest. You know, leadership is related to management, although management is more technical in a sense, but leadership is the key. Management comes in when people are already mobilized, gathered there, but they were gathered or mobilized through leadership. Somebody took lead. Haromuntu aterobyanansiba kwembera abantu okuba kuma kikire nikikora to mobilize them. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Hati ngoleze nyi akantu ako ijo ataberigana nyowe hano a Fort TV betu yabana nyowe nyichenu osobole kurakirwa kwetegerezo tubaza leadership ntumanisaka niki kikorweki cyokona nata kwekambisa kutamamani kuoleka no kusobozesa omuntu ndabantu kukola ebintu nikigerwa cyo kwikiriza bikwetagisa mu kitongole ekyo kandi ekikorwa ekyo nikyetwa leadership. Hatita mu rutoro nikyeta obwebembezi cyonka owakikora na yetwa omwebembezi, a leader. Yeah, a leader. So tasobora kuba leadership without a leader, and so you can't have a leader without leadership. So the one is an action, one Yeah. So one is the actor. Action, actor. You can have an action, you can have an actor. Both go together. You can't be called an actor unless you are putting into action what you're supposed to do. So, obwebembezi n'omwebembezi tokubisorora. Obwebembezi n'okukorwa omwebembezi. Omwebembezi n'okora obwebembezi n'okyetegereza. Kandi kyakasatu tosobola kugira obwebembezi okaba mwebembezi otenda buli kwebembera. You know, the three elements, in as far as I'm concerned, are key. You have leadership, you have a leader, you have the led. Yeah? Abari kwebemberwa. So, bisatu bigendera hamu. Kandi habuli rulengo inakumanya kiki kisemereye kubaho. Obwebembezi nikimanyisaki korwa kita, nikisana kita, nikigasaki, kwa watu wakubi, nikisobola kuleta bulemeziki, kandi ujya kumanya. Ariko kikora asemereye kwa muntu wa mulingo, and that's where we are concentrating today. Hakuwa kikorwa tukimanyira already now. And you knew it before, even I was simply polishing it up and pushing it further inside your brain and understanding. But the fact is that we are concentrating on the leader. Concentrating on the leader. But of course, egenderwa kyomwebembezo nuko kusobozesa abarkwebembera kukola ebisemeye kukorwa. Baitu baina kubikora nabo nokugonza, nokusemererwa, nokukyanganuka. Kandi babikore mu nyikara erikubasobozesa. Yeah? Babikore mu nyikara erikubasobozesa. That's what we are talking about. Hati leka tumaleyo. Atakagenze mukura katumaleyo hali tukabyete bisembo. Tukabyeta ebisembo, tukabyeta obusobozi, tukabyeta okumanya, okusobora, obuginga, amagezi. Abandi basono kwese gamba obukodyo. Nkabanda hantu tukatubaza n'omuntu egamba ngwe ogwene obukolyo bw'amaani. So nyo obukolyo tendikozesa mu nako atendikimanya kurungi, baitu obunahulira omuntu nakibaza naitegereza ekyarugendera kumanyisa. Baitu mu bigambo bya mu rulimi rwo akabahikiri. Baitu nyo mu rwange nkamanya namanyisa amagezi ago kukozesa, obugingo bukukozesa, nehanya kigambo kino kyabandi bakozesa obukodyo. Akwa nakyo tukiri cyange mu nkikozesa kinkonyereho kwetegereza abantu. So but we are talking about characteristics. We are talking about qualities. We are talking about skills. We are talking about abilities. Those elements that enable you to do good leadership. We are talking about those aspects. You have to have them. Others are natural or innate. Others are learned. And it is a must that you have majority of them. Otherwise, leadership becomes very difficult for you. Kakuba ebintu kugamba hebyo kusobozesa kwebembera obotabine. Oteneho bingi halibyo kwebembera nikugumanganira. Abantu bakukwetegereza omulimo tuguru kwirayo empinda yinuke nunge kizira kuija niwe ko bondi no yijukya obondi no tamwa obondi no jwa obondi no girota no tuntura obondi no tina no yaralikira obondi no kwamani baitu ebyo byona nibibaho habukuba emhansonga so ko ansonga nyingiho emhansonga torukumanya kurungi biki ebyo samire kuba nabyo kwebembeza nuko bwembezi bwawe bukora hukire bindi byose samire kuba nabyo ijyo kukutawalize ninyongeraho kubigarukamo ebimu kandi ninyongera na list kimhalibyo icyo kubanza kwa byona osemerire tindu kubitwara mu order yogama kintu kikuru kukiragenzi cyacu hakuwa they complement each other bine ko kubitahera mukama gufage mbanda ogimanye obulimpe nkoko ni tukagita ndikoleke mbanda so hati bitahiri mungana ni binywana intertwined uko somera mu somera lino so gama intertwined binyoni gama intertwined kusikira somera na somera so bita amakuru ngo gama bukwatende biti yes so tusogamba kintu kikuru muno kerekindi baitu niki bulike mu kibani cya tags so tukagamba nate ningamba oina kuba oine kumanya you have some good awareness, some good amount of knowledge, the know-how kike chokukora kandi ninkikoranta. That is the awareness I'm talking about. That is the knowledge I'm talking about. I called it knowledgeability. Yeah. So oburko tena kumanya hati chokorora it abarkora mu television no mu bikale bindi ebyamakuru n'ebitongole bindi kwija hano otaine akandiko kuona akwine kukunanata kuterekereza mu discussion yao mu bigambo byabo mu rubazo rwabo mu show ken my planet noba oyeberwe kintu kikoto umuntu habokuba osokweka habwire nubura you get lost within. You get lost when you are present. You get lost within your discussion. Some muntu akagwize kaguzo sakuzireki, you get lost. Abokuba tuine guidance. Tuine kirukunanata, tuine kirukwembera, tuine sequence y'urukondera, tuine hati mu bitongole kabine bya makuru binu y'urukutananata ukatwembere byotekanizo handika wasengeka kurungi waterekereza wahondeza in their sequential order. Ntubiyeta scripts. It is a script. Hati nosoko jahano production officer ndio mkuru ndio nakaguza script yawera mu bitongole bindi babikaguza so tukuligamba ngo ngesombe ne bakahaza ne bakorake ne babaliyo ne bakwijo cyangu oyine kira kuterekereza mu discussion yao ebintu byawe bitekanizo honderaniza kurungi otherwise you mix them up, you get confused, you are off topic, you are irrelevant, and so you sound and look bad. Tuli mnyanzuko tiritema tiri hali beitu turukuba order, and we need to be orderly. So you need to have a script. So hati neiwe oburukuba oli wokubembera no simera kumanya ekyo kukora omulingo go kukoramu kandi bwireki nka no kikora naba no ebembera naba. So kikuru obe no kumanya knowledgeability or awareness. Let me say it in this simple English. You need to have knowledge about what leadership is and about many other things. By the way, omwebembezi osamerire kuba oine ebitekereze bigalihire kukira kutekereza harike cyo gukora cyonka. Ako no sokurugaho no genda mu environment munyikali ndi nambere n'abantu abandi abokwebembera. Cyonko takwebembera mu context ya kuli nambere beno bebembera. Ngambeki kangambe cyokororaho osobora kuba ukasoma obundi ebyo kulima no kulisa. So inabalimi inabalisa ubundi okorana benkurato obananata numwegesangana no bakonyera no boleke cyokora petati ba kuhindura rundi ba kwingisa wagenda mu kitongole kile katugambe kekebyo obumezi hali nayo ine mulimo gugenda kukora n'abantu bagenda kwebembera obundi warugo wagenda mu kitongole kitali cya government nkecho no genda kuchebembera ngamba NGO CBO obundi warugo watungo mugisa kujya kwebembera abakozi mu institution in Ken ya 40 TV hata wakujana tukweta manager and chief executive officer and somebody of that nature, but you are a leader under all circumstances. That is as in zones between a minister, president, everybody, CEO and the rest of this, including production officer, or all these are leaders. They are managing affairs within the organization, but working with the people. The fact that you are working with the people, you are a leader. Yes, and because without them, the rest of the other aspects cannot be done. So, kumanya, knowledgeability is key, and that embraces awareness, but also we talked about loving. You need to love your job, you need to love what you are doing, but also love the people you are doing it with. Mbwebembezi tukora wenka nokora n'abantu tokozesa abantu. You don't make people work, but you work with the people. You are taking lead for them, they are accomplishing the work. So abantu abo inakubagonza kandi abantu abo oyinakubamanya. You have to know the people you're working with. So know the people you're working with. And in communication we talk about knowing your audience. Abantu okubaliza ba. Like me, I know I have my basic awareness or research about the population I'm addressing this morning, for example. I know how I know. That's how I know. I searched and researched and established that there are people out there following this show, My Planet, with SUPERHOST. So you need to know your audience. You need to know the people you're working with. But also, you need to be confident. We yesige we ikirizemu. Kandi ekyo tasoko yesigo ke ikirizamu rundi buli omanyire ekyo kukora. tomanye tusukumanye cyo kora nduli ochegesibwe tusokuchegesibwe ndibule kirize kuoroba kwega. So you have to be flexible. So you see that link, that chain kind of action. You have to be flexible. Yorobam tinugamba to be soft like this. No, I mean huliriza oharabare kinte gumangaine ikirizo hindulemu omuntu waraba kikulekere mkintu tukija kurungi wenko boraba takakirozire kandi weka kakwane wekirora hinduramu yorobyamu terekerezamu. That's the flexibility I'm talking about. Omuntu akereriwe for some reason atakugambira bwaka akereriwe oli mwebembezi oliki akusangira mu office no hoita atakatahe no mchombe ko mulengira ali mwidirisa irembo muri kandi wekera hati no kwija hati sazingazi lero nenyoma niko murakole mirimo muti no ya ekyakozire kukererwa tikiba kirungi baitu usa muntu abantu bakiro wingi ningamba echeka sanyura 5-10 usa wagoza kora kintu kibi. Maybe ya na 5-10 ni basora ko there could be sadists and so on. Baso kwa abantu batakufai okusalirwa no kubana kwa abandi niko kusemerwa kwabo nko bujune no kusalirwa kwente ngo mazaga game ekyo rakyetegereza hanyuma baratungo biruka cyecumitiriza bete turugamba kiri yorobam huliriza. Actually have to be a good listener. Huliriza uli na cyatandika kubaliza yogambe anyombe manyire byawe wiwe tohura hati nombali zake nyote kumanya nango tokamanya kandi takabikubaliza ramanyota. Yes, psychologically uine byo kutekereza but you are speculating. No tebereza iyo toleka akakubaliza teka kubalize akakubaliza mulirize obiraba bikunanure borano notekereza tibikire beto no boraba bitahikire. You don't go up into arms. You don't go up in arms. Tugenda kurwana no muntu kungana no muntu kekaraho numuwejogoza kandi actually kintu cyandeta the aspect of communication no bazota nabantu. Yes, no bazota nabantu no kungana nabo no bachomera kakwese kino gambo cyonka terikubaza umuntu no babayigora so hari abantu abaza muri ngogo kakwese negabe kinde gumangene mutoro no horomoka. In English we can talk about being rude. Iyo mu Ngereza rwanda sogamba rude. Letting abe rude ako hevyo ni byevyo. But if you are rude, it's not good. So you have to be a good, not only a good but an effective communicator. Baza no muntu akwetegereze. Hamirimo kwetaga kole rundi kwetaga mkorane rundi bintu mkwetaga kugenda byo maiso. Effective communication is key. Hata mkubaza neyo nkabaza mu Ngereza nisemera kuwa mindful that you understand what I'm talking about. Otherwise I will be wasting my time and your time also. When I waste your time you won't give me attention, and when you don't give me attention I talk to myself, and when I talk to myself I don't make much sense. Ninyegambira kekimanyiro already nisemera kwa nikigambira omuntu wonde kandi nkigambira ukibaza naho habokuba tinkibaliza kurundi tinkiterekerize tinkihire kurundi takihuliriza hakuta kucyetegereza. So okubaza kwaitu no korana abantu, I'm talking about communication must be effective in the sense that you have the message well packaged. Oli no kenda kumbalizake utekanizo manyire kuli muto kuli mbongo mitekerezo runo upaza no tebereza okumubaliriza ninka munyekale yarum usangira ferirwe na arati no mugambi je tugenda mu bugenyi. What are you talking about? Are you making sense out of that statement? No, you're not. So the environment also matters, the mood. Ulu hati nkoko mbiaro aseja no tera kazwa wasanga rugire kutera mukazi mucyaro rirote usanga nariba mtire ndamjumire mwana habaki tagenda mukanisa rundi tagenda mu bugenyi rundi tagenda kole kintu cyona tuzinemu nayo hati kunaze no obatiro I doubt achali mu kusalirwa kwe duhrayo mulingo gora muhumuzamu give her comfort if it's needed, and I think it's always needed. So embasa okubaza nabantu okuhadikira abantu communication in forms nyingi asokubaza no muntu wote usobora kubaza kuraba mbihandiko usobora kubaza kuraba mukuzina usobora kubaza kuraba okutakozesa bigambo nani verbal communication no kozesa obukururaho no kozesa kisani kya maiso no kozesa omubiri ebicweka bitalibimwe by'omubiri no kozesa communication egal here. I talked about it at some point but junanzibwa nintekaniza training material, I mean, schedule and aspect nyina communities. I think echo communication obuntu kugenda kuchegesa nisobora ku kikimara hizoba liona runi so kumara ho esa nkaibiri nkibazao hakiro mutu na watongereho doze galire betati hano nkibazao mu bigufu koleka nkikima binte bikuri yose kuba nabyo nko mwebembezi obyo nanzuba bwao obwo bwebembezi kandi omanyege ngo abantu basobora kuba bajwa obahe kuhumuramu, and that's why hatireka nkuleke ogende humuremo dakikemu rubatemu nywa ka glass cotuize nanyo sigali nywa kange hano niko tugaruke bwanka nyama dakikemu tugende mu isako nitekereza twine bingi byo kubagana hamu otarugao humura kake ugaruke.
Fort TV, stay entertained. Fort TV, stay entertained.
True, stay entertained. Akabreak yako nikumuraho kugenderire kukama kaire ko kusemererwamu kuguruka kusekamu kwetororamu habukuwa you have been glued on to the machine. So Fort TV tukasemerirwe regardless of various circumstances habukuba nobora bihiro katutubana kwakoraki to icyo kujya kuhindura habwa ekisane cyo etere mu ndicyo kuya ena kwikara positive minded. So actually even in leadership communication kangirgeho baitu otungira ekisane kenugamba ekimha bintu ebisembo rundi amageza gasomye kubanago nuko to be positive minded regardless of the circumstances, whether they are negative themselves, but for you, in order for you to overcome some of these challenges, you have to be positive. Ona kwikano tekereza mu birungi no nhira mu birungi no gamba nikisoboka kukiterekereza nikisoboka kino kukorwa so ninsobora wikirizemo also, it's very important wikirizemo kandi okale ene ebitekerezo byo gamba ngo ikintu kuzoka tigenze kurungi at some point nikija kuterekera katukole hekindi tusemeze kino. So positive mindedness is good for a leader kurumuno kakuwa nebino hahara okaburangana kwekaro tuntwire okakarata kwesiga abantu ohara izo mtima abantu nabo kwebembera nibatekereza enyikara yone kumangalire kima kandi hawa tuntura kirasoraki kiri omuka nkanyeneka nyina bwengi abantu bakwikara nabo obuno bebembera nubabo bana bawe bobuzale bagenyi nabantu abandi akwikara nabo muka ndi abatahe oli mukuru wa LC1 wabole ko tuntwira wabole ko tinira hako harokwereho wabole ko hahira wabole ubundi no yesereka buno tukumira buno korake hatubo okuguma no jya kuyanka. Yes, as individuals basemye ko baguma nabo nkabantu tekiringu bulikitu cyona barakegera haliwe, but the fact that ni woli mwebembezi wabo bene binge byo kwegeraho. Many times we learn from our leaders, and that's why we follow them. You lead, others follow. What are they following? Niwa hondera muntu omlingo kengeso zizita na atwazat. Wachetegerize when I signal like that. So, echo kikurumuna. Uba mwesigwa, be trustworthy, be trusted. Abantu okwesigwa muntu aragambira ekigambo, kitarkwetagisa kugambira abantu bengi reka okitwara mu bantu bengi. obaraba kigambiriwe kyetegereze wakusabira amagezi gamuhe obaraba kugambira haro kitarugenda kurungi abandi bona kubera kibagambira kubera kozere mu kizina kubera kitere mu birango kubera kirangiriye mulingo gwona kwa kitere mu makuru bitabwa katakitere magonza kabaliziwe abwensonge za kumanya newe hatezo kusemera kwa nomanya so deka abantu bakwesige kugambire byabo ebikubasemeza obundi kandi ebikubabihiza I don't know ebikubasemeza no soko bagana nabandi cyonke kubatabijura no kubatalwaniza osobora kugerekewa bikoraho oboraba no sobora omulingo gwona so deka abantu bakwesige be trusted betatali abantu kwesige kuonka mu bigambo beitu no mu bikorwa oborabe no byunanzo kwebembera abantu deka kusige koti mu ntebe kuonko kagena munyowe nkachamani okamara no kwezi kuona buna wiki yona obundiki emirimo tokukora kurungi hati no butabire mwesigo you are a cheat no yiba mu mulimo gwawe no yiba n'abantu abandi tokukiza byunanzibwa so toli mwesigo ya no trustworthy tikiriye kichonka tinka abantu abakurolere bikwato bya institutions oli mkitongole nkamunu obundi kamera yobuziri obundi manya jacket yomukozi yabura obundi manya kini kya buranga na kiti accountant yarugamu yagenda ahero akataito kuja kusanga ubundi handiko bibindi tibigeze kurungi tibiri mu order ubundi sente za sigira mukadura ka hano ka hehi yitomanye hano mu TV tukana na sente some of these doors kuja obere no yetorora no changaniza tisirumu turkwesigwa so hatite mu bwebembeze tugamba ngo semeko no yesigwa mu byona semeko no yesigwa mu byona tingambire mtoso kolenso bito habwaki otaba mwesigwa mu mulingo gwono gukusoboka otaba mwesigwa hati nkabasweranga ino mseja no mukazi ningamba nyeneka na nyina bwengi husband and wife the spouses oguno mseja wao oguno mukazi wao ekyo kusera mukazi onde aheru kirikita while looking for some other person to meet the needs that your wife is supposed to be meeting, your husband is supposed to be meeting. That kind of cheating is lack of trustworthiness. Toli mwesigwa hali mgenzi wao. So echo tuinanacho kitekeleza kufayo. Do you care about people? Batalwanziwa wali mbujune baliki, do you care? But also, are you happy with them? You don't have to be gloomy because you are a leader. Nukaruginginize nkahukuba oboraseko kasemerwamu ndokabaza nabo nibeja kumanyira nibeja kutekereza toli wa amani toli wa kabi nangwa nikisigikira of course utayemaramu uteje kwikanozana nabo bwire bona no sandana nabo bwire bona they will take you for granted, so you have to be cautious. Beitu toine baina kukurwa nabo bakasemerwa bakamanya mwembeso wito aro akukaguza kubazana akabazana akusandara ne akasandara ne to some limited extent, so that you reserve and preserve your responsibility of leadership. Nambero ragamba abantu bakahura abantu bakakora ebintu kagena maiso tukabaza bintu bingi tukabaza also no sine ko umuntu akutina ruhanga tifire ruhanga ki urukuramya cyonko ogu urukweta ruhanga abe ruhanga omwiguru kanyo undamya kandi anyakwikarambika rubyono bwire bona obusozo bona abe ruhanga omuntu nka okwa ba kichweke kimwe cya bunyoro kaliyo abantu abene ruhanga wabo omuntu no bichweke bindi byensi ofora abantu wakomere mu wachire moti engeso ze nizihana kugamba okoleke na gamba utwazota, so obuntu obunu bwetagisa obuntu obukutina ruhanga no bwetagisa no obuntu bwawe ko muntu being humane, being cultured, being moral and rational is very important. Otemaramu be sober, keep sober. Sober nugam tokunga kungana tokuhijakana tokuhahaza abantu tokoraki, but at the same time mkuja kwano kunywa kwawe do it moderately. Otaba mudanguzi, otaba mtamizi, otaba omutubo omkoijo, ya otaba muntu akolebe bintu ebi habokuba ijuka buli kintu cyone kirukubaho nko mwebembezi abantu bakorolelire kandi begera haliwe obor kutwaza kubi nibeja kutwaza kubi toli bakaguza oli bakaguza no bagamba kandi iwe jwire ukakoraki, so no sango etere mutego. So don't give gaps to those challenges to come by through you. Enso byerukubaho ireke kuraba muliwe, enso byerukubaho ireke kuraba muliwe. So ezo zona channels cause blocking as ensobi you semerire kukora the right thing at the right time, in the right place, with the right people, in the right environment. Right. You have the message. Is it the right message? You are speaking it out. Are you speaking it to the right people? How are you speaking it? Are you speaking it the right way? The right time, the right aspect. So the right component, tingambe righteousness ngoli muhikirire mao tokusobya tokwake, no, but try the best you can always kukora ekintu ekinyakuhikire, ekintu ekirungi. Ensobe zikuija yes zetegerezibwa nguzije ziri inevitable rundo beta kuchekonyera, baitu it's not deliberate. It's not out of carelessness, no. Actually, you have to be careful if you're a leader. The way you conduct yourself, you conduct your business, the way you interact with people. So if you've been to being, but that package, I'm not assuming that you are ignorant. No. I mean, you are not aware. Ignorant thinking, for me, it has a crude or negative connotation. One is that you are stubborn, you don't want to follow. So you ignore. No bierekera. Uli na kuuliza tu kwenda kumfuata kumuliliza, you ignore him, you ignore her. No rakiri negative. But kandi negative kino positivity yacho. Kakwa no mbalize bintu byiholi, byokujuma, byokora kibi, ebitakugasa bitakonye bitakombeka ni nkuleka. Just ni sana takulire sana takurora no ndaba ni nkurora anti ni nkurandi. Ebyo tinkusemera kubitungira mwanya, so I ignore you. No tukozeseza mune kigambe ekyo bitati kakuba omuntu aba ekintu atakyetegereza kurungi kagamba ignorant no bwine newe no talbanizwa mukake mu Lungereza na context yekintu ekyo kubaza okutamanya kintu bwiro butikimanyisa oli mudomo tikimanyisa tafire tikimanyisa yangire bwanga nango kwihaho takimanyire na itaga konyerwa kimanye is not aware. That's why we use the word awareness, and for us at diplomatic level that's what we say, and that is effective communication. Effective communication. Utaro muntu wena lyango ekintu kimuleme he's ignorant. Kikozese kurungi kigambe tintangire ngo mtamanya Lungereza rwingi muno after all murweta no rujungu kandi rutalinuru baitu leka tube a little bit cautious. Egambe tuantukozesa when we are effectively communicating, especially as leaders. Nkabe mbezi kurora, we are carefully selecting the words we use in our conversations. If it is a slip of tongue, it's understandable. Yeah, but slip of tongue also commonly comes because you are used to meandering around those kind of unnecessary and undiplomatic corners of talking. Nambere ohabira mumbaze zo habira mum nokuja nokusobeza na akalimu. Nokuja nokusobeza na akalimu. So hari bwambe bitasoko baza hano kuba nk'icyo kururaho nabi habukuba tubikukonyera baitu onko nibaza nabantu abandi abakuru tutali halaina hano tutali hamkura hano tala television hano nisore gamba kukibazo ukitegereza kintu kumanyisa ubundi kinahulira abantu nabaza etate tukwetakisa. So you have to be a good team manager wenda kulinda kurungi obwire oburabuli kugamba abantu balinda obwire iyo no bulindota obu nimbaza mwebembeze obwire obulinda okure bintu byamo bwire bwabyo tobikurama habo ensonga zikwetegerezibwe esikire kandi otakifole routine otakifole tabulikiro ngo tito kemanyira ngo abantu bakererwa wewe ego bakererwa bagira ensonga za betuze ensonga zo kubakerereza zina kubahoga bulikiro. No, you nicho ngambire gengo you also have to adjust. Ebintu bino bitahire mu ngana omwebembezi okora adjustment bintu byawo ekindi omwebembezi orora hara omanye enkiro omanye abantu nibagenda nkaha kandi habwake over visionary. Yes, over courageous, over manzi teka kuwa kithini ngora ebembera no ona gunura maiso na abazabiri ona tokera hali ona akorake ona kwibaho kino ona kuranganiza ati ona kusika kun. So ko talimazi no ile mwana gamanyo I have been birugiremo you resign kukaguza kiki ngo anyo bikampingura naho weza aba abantu tubahulire tubakusoboka busaba tahura busaba tasoboka enikali baba barumu find a way of going around it. Yes, kandi kakuba batakura batakusoboka ogizire baba nibeikara tibakwikara huko hali ebiragiro mu government ebikora abantu nkaba batakura mulingoke not deaf ngo afira amato nangu ayinenge sombi obundi najuma abantu nakunganiza abantu narwana nabantu naiba nakora nubo butahura turugambo urwanjo rwiru nakebyo beitu ati hakuyora ati nondi akatena no akuja kwemera society. We have to have that strength, that courage. Yeah, we have to be in that direction. So nkomwebembezi, you have to have that, but also you have to be creative. Kwehanga kurora kiki ekisobora kukorwa mulingo gundi omulimo ukasemere bintu kagenda kurungi mu maiso. Creativity is very key, is important. Kandi ebintu ebindi ina kubitekereza hano ecumitiriza muno otagurukire bigambo otagurukire enchwamu otagurukira kutekereza bintu nabiri tekereza no ecumitiriza. Critical thinking is also key in as far as leadership is concerned. So the list is longer. I must depart from that now. I'm resting my case in as far as leadership is concerned because of time factor, so I can't exhaust the list. But nkwaire nkukingulireho kake waliunguzayo mbwebembezi kimanisaki. It is more than what I've just said. Nikikira haliyebi. Yeah. So beticho kikuru kukimanya kandi kukiega kuba bulyo malite nkukuna bagambira nati nyibagambira nja kwikaga nibagambira ncheno mugisa kwa kubagambira ngu harulengo ruwono ruorumu oli mwebembezi okimanyo botakimanyire oli mwebembezi uharaba hariho omuntu ondi wena arukusemera kuba nakonyerwa iwe mu mulingo guona oli mwebembezi wo muntu ogu uharaba hariho abantu bona kusemera kuba nibakonyerwaho iwe mulingo guona oli mwebembezi w'abantu abo habe omuka habe mu bitongole nkabinu habe hantu hona you are a leader, so you bine bintu kubaza tinkugamba ngo byabanu bano tekubakwataho no nibikwata buli muntu wena. Leadership qualities and characteristics and skills and abilities are cross cutting kandi nimalire ngamba ngo ebindi bituli mu buhangwa. Some of us are born leaders to some good extent, but also we add on by learning. We add on by learning, searching and researching and learning, and also unlearning other negative ones, those aspects that are not positive. I'm resting the case on that. So ningenda hangiga ya kabiri according to my arrangement here. Hangiga ya kabiri ningonza kubazaho ekintu kya nkibaza mu Lungereza tourism or tourism. Ati Lungereza rwai let me say tourism attraction facilitating factors. Tourism attraction facilitating factors. Tourism attraction and the facilitating factors. Igamba tourism kuchatura obo bino Lungereza rukuburaburamu kisokutalibanza abantu bengi. No gambira ke tourism natetekera kugamba tourism. So Lungereza ko kutali numero 8 twayonkera mabere tina kuruegaga turwetegereze beto nkokora rubaza kuona kusikira kwa kihulire kwa kiegere kwa kisomere kikaroki noha kasita abantu bakwetegereza icyo kikuru betatito abandi ntuyingura abantu kugumara kwetegereza generally ngobo amanyisize kino ngo no manisa kino ngo niki kandi habakwetakaliza mulingo gwacu nimbazaho ekyo bubungi ekyo burambuzi kurambura okulambula kigambo cyo Ruganda nogenda mukikaro kurora ebinyakuliyo nibakutwara kukonyera kurora ebinyakuliyo byetegereze kurungi hatite mu Ruganda utakireta kuntu agamba nibakurambuza they are showing you around undio so kwetwara iwe wenka kugenda kurora ebinyakuliyo hantu obundi oyine birugenda kwegayo kusaruliza obundi nogenda kusemerwa obundi nogenda kuzola ebishaka bya kuli mukikaro obundi nogenda kumanya kiki kirugenda maiso oku so kugenda yo kukwegayo kurorayo kwitegerezayo kumanyayo no kwetegereza kurunge birugenda maiso obundi nebigenderwa byawe kusemererwa unikutunga cyo kwetaga unikwegeseza abantu abandi. That is tourism. Hati nkora ubuga rwa Fort Portal no reta tourism city ruga rwebyo burambuzi rubuga rw'ebyobubungi hati nyo mu rutoro ubundi kwese gambo obubungi haro abantu abamu who are unnecessarily and critical off the mark naba critical nakondereza muno hati urugamba ababungi nomanyisa abagenyi yego hati bogenda mukikaro cyona oyine kite cyo rugenda kurorayo no kwegayo rundi no kwetegerezayo oboli mugenyi mukikaleke you are a visitor there but technically hano tugamba you are a tourist oli mubungi oli mugenyi oli murambuzi kale katugambe kurambura oburambuzi so attraction facilitating factors kike kiretereza abantu kugenda mukikaro nkabarambuzi nkababungi nkabagenyi kike kisobora ekyo korora kike kisokusikiriza abantu kubaleta Fort Portal kubungayo kuramburayo kwetegerezayo. We are talking about a tourism city like Fort Portal for example. Nasemera kuba haroho ebiro obundi omuntu akabihura ni babibaza obundi akabisomaho obundi actually mu mutima gwe nagoza kugenda mukikale kindi cyona kubunga not necessarily in Fort Portal tourism city cyoka mukikale kindi cyona cyo so kubungamo. Nasemera kubaho facilitating factors ebi kusobozesa kusikiriza kandi ebirakubesizayo kurungi ninja kubaza muno ebigambo bino nimbigamiza harubuga rwito ra Fort Portal but in a positive way because I'm not a partisan politician. I'm a politician, I admit, but not a partisan one. Tasobora kugendo kamboheraho ebitebo kagambi olo kitebe nanka nango nyewe ndi politician ndi mwebembezi mu miringe taliemu and I'm all embracing nyewe tinkira muno kuhahara na mabara ne rangi zebitebe byendemu timpahara nabyo. I like them. I enjoy people talking about their political parties, the colors of their flags, their t-shirts, shirts, and whatever stuff they have there. I have no problem with them. I have no problem. After all, erangi ezo bakesanga habantu. Chonka baze kwata kugamba ngweno erangi ngigonza muno. Hati nyo I like green. If you look at my phone here, the budget about wallpaper. Karora karum ka emibanda emseke bamboo chalinto chali green inamana ka yellowish kind of trace so green hati nkasemerwa muno obunezire hano nasanga the background of this studio the majority of the aspect is green. The tablecloth where I'm sitting is green. So I like green. Tinsobora kuleminga kagamba nguli nyona gahange nyona giteiro kandi omuntu onde barakozesa akatandika kukungana. No. I found it that is universal. So hati nabantu abandi abakunganira rangi zebitebe byabo manye yitu netukura onena nata red endo ya chenju hawake ya chenju tekwase muno nesakusane yitu that one is none of my business. But the point I'm making is that nimbaza tourism in general but the reference hali urubuga rwange orumuka. This is my home city, so habe mwe birungi habe bitali birungi. You can't run away from your home city, your home place. So kuihaho kuino mgisa gukora contribution yo kubisemeza kikole wala utagwine better keep quiet. Wala utagwine keep quiet. Habuko ndo bagambira boraba utamanyire cyo kubaza utabaza. Nugumageza garukira Burungi abako borabaze cyo tamanyuje kibaza kubi oja kuzoka kubi oja kusukura okutamanya kwawe ku kintu eki. Lack of awareness. I'm not talking about ignorance, no, I'm talking about awareness. So hati nanyowe nyinaho ebintu kumanya ebisobora kubaza kurora abantu bajwa kikaro abantu bayikaragani beje ndabunga mu kikaro nibega ebintu bingi no ebintu bingi mu process ni baleta musente habo ebyo kulya ebyo buraro ebyendo bata ebyamasemererwa nasemerera ko harimo ebintu ebiraletera umuntu kujya mu kikaro akegondezamu ubwo arabayizire kiro kimu cyoke na resources kumara akamara ne cya kabiri akagenda asemerirwe n'omutima guri kumugamba ati one time ogaruki ezo factors nizo tukwenda kubazaho before I sign out for today factors ekimali byo I'm not talking about them in their order. The order here may not matter. I know, of course, basically, how do you say kubanza ninkimanya kyoka nyo nimbibaza mujeno. Existence of assets, facilities and features. Existence of assets, facilities and features. Ebi kugenda kurora biriyo hati nko for potro abantu tourists ndi ababungi nibanihira kujja kuroraki those facilities, those assets, those features biriyo ekikalo cyona kusikiriza abantu abukubunga baseme ko basomereho ngo haliyo kinu bahulireho ngo haliyo kinu nuko basobole kwijja kukierora na amaiso obundi bakurora mbisani obundi bakura mbigambo mukubisoma no kubihura obundi mbize na cyonka hati betaga bajya bakirole na amaiso. So those facilities, those assets nisemera kwa ziriyo mkikaro eziri kusikiriza kandi obundi akasema karikiro bwingi eziri mu bwingi no ziraba ziri mu buke kyoka they are fascinating, they are capturing and captivating and attracting and charming. You can use that one. Charming oteja kitabu urungerezo ranu kutalabanzamu kagamba kuroga rundika bewitching now. Charming omanya hati okumanya urungereza ring we have synonyms. Ebigambe binehongana okusana. So ebintu ebisamire kuba biri mukikaro. Like Fort Portal City musubregion yen harmu ebikusikiriza haliyo nkekikare kutukweta amabere ganye na mwiru oku otakakirekana na pola hao Nyakasura tweta Nyakasura noleka Nyakasura school hano no kwata mkono gobulya no yambuka kasaru karoha no rubatano genda omukabira hati ngo kundu koleka mkono gwangu kakuguhondera mkono gobulya gurukura oburukwa no genda Nyakasura you get to know what I'm talking about. Those of you hati no soko no ikara no mkikaro ebikusikiriza aba America aba Bungereza nanka kujya kurori iwe to manye to kahika yoga obone mkikaro cyo wanyu Fort Portal ete nacho tikiba kintu cyo bujunanzibwa yego kisobora kwa kitakusikiriza betu nkaba mhalito if you are talking about this thing ebi mhalibyo inakusemera kwa nomanya na mbere biri so ebi bintu tenda mabere ganya na mwiru okuku mukabira hali na hakigere tinko bibaza muno mu bwijwira uko ningoza nkukwase kika cyogena ne kubisero kabirora. Yes, mabere ganya na mwiru stalactites and stalagmites okusanga amaizi nigeturuka nigaruga nko mukintu nigaleta nigasirumukira nka kintu ngikanga tonya ebintu ebi abantu kabisomaho mu geography tukaba tuliyo ku masomero secondary hati norora kurora mukano ko mwegesa kikurumun kusomaho kikurumun cyo kumanyisa hati bwo kutunga exumuruzo mwegesa abalizane kumara obwire emyaka nkamusanju abegesa nabazana iwe obundi wayongana nemyaka endi hati nova wasumuru kati yawe bisigere no genda kubyeserura you people tin kugamba ngo mufere mu masomero full time 100% time in school nangwe obora tunge exumuruzo cyo kwegaho tandike iwenka to search and research and discover things weserure byesomese tibiserekerwe nambiro tasobora kubirora nambiro tasobora kubimanya nabar kutugesa bar kutendeka the trainers, the teachers, the lecturers and everybody they are searching, they are getting this information where you can also reach and get it. So ignorance has no defense in this era. Natabuko tintabukira betu ngoza koleka with the emphasis ngu kusoma kikuru mune bintu birube manyi. So stalagmites and katala ebi wenda kumanya hati hospitality of the area ekikale ekyo abantu batangira do they welcome at least torenu emanyirirwa hakutangira people here are hospitable abantu ba makuni abantu bagoza abantu batangira nasobora kutangira na kusekera na kusemerera nkaya kurozire kuntaka kuroraga na kuruka ne mpako kuno bundi ne gambo mpako tokimanyire kandi no kyatora nikisona kulema na kweta mote no taniko gamba amote ebyo bintu nkebi betekino kwihayo koleka kiringu the people here are hospitable in the majority of the cases are hospitable engobya nkeza nyakurumu engobya nkeza nyakurumu abantu tinugamba for poto yonka chonka ningamba mbikale bindi nambira abantu bagenda if the people are hostile abantu tokutangira abantu okusemera abantu nakura ko mnyazugo nakura ko misi nakura ko msuma so okikale cyo notina kubunga yoga nogamba we batalinye mukire kiro bakanyita rundi batalija kunkora kubi omulingo gundi gwana so ekimha bintu bisikiriza abungi mukikaro is hospitality baitu ntakalugire hangega yokubanza the assets and features and all these things ebintu ebyo nibirindwa kurungi so inyo muramanyire mukikaro cyane hali bintu kusemera kuba nibisikiriza ababungi rundi abagenyi rundi abarambuzi make sure that you maintain and improve and update the status quo status yabe enikara yabe gisemeze ikana bisemeze hata ndukugamba kuri ko mabere ganye na mwiwe abantu batajagenda kutahayo nibatereburwa butere nibaterazo bundi ebigoye ndi bihuro nibatega rundi obugudo bona nokukura nkembeba mwirungu no I mean maintenance of these features of these facilities very important in order for them to be attractive echo kikuru muno mbere najja kukisigenya mabitu ngweneze nkiheyo nacho tugenda nacho mbitekerezo I'm indirectly telling my city authorities and other responsible people otrabatine binte kusikiriza ababungi ndi abagenyi let's maintain their standard add on some value some nice looking some goodness kibe more attractive but also abantu itwenka tuine kuba abantu abakutangira betu kutangira abantu tinkumanisa ngo pako ikali aho gaho akaze wena noseka no mugwa mukifuba no mugwa munda notangire bojijo rale wangi jokora iyo mumanyire kirkwinganake wihanga kinasera kibigene rwabyo no bimanya cyoke ibyo ebinagambe ebyo atakubimanya tikirugama ngo mwecweho utamwira hiyo utabaza nawe utamuhabura utamterekereza utamkonyera no kikole in a way that keeps you secure noli abe secure mulingogo ya uli akahano watandika kumugambira bino nabiri ito kumanya tulya tuti tunamatuti nyo wisenyo manya akabinganye nanyo weza no tinibyo bimuri siruli hati iwe echo kujja kukora nukumtangira welcome to Fort Portal. We are glad to see you. This is a tourism city. So, urbazo nkuru barakaguza amaviraganya na mwine sangwa nkaha help with information and say you can take this direction or maybe you can take this means and so many kilometers away in this direction what. So, echo ncho tugamba hospitality ni kubazahe. Echo kimwe cyakabiri hospitality mubikara abantu banahabara kujja kurara. Habar kujja kunywera habar kujja kwegondeza nibatangirirwa bata nibajwahakirirwa yes bito tabagwa mu nebisenzi wewe utababuramu ukatanda kara nole amahana kagogwera kabiri echo rakitekereza abanyuma maze kumara show. Remember this show is called My Planet and the host is SUPERHOST Hamilton. Download our app so that you can follow this even when you are not on. Tell your friend who is not on that next time comes around mugambe ondera what SUPERHOST Hamilton cyarugamba I mean irora obundi utungaye kiwayegayo links ayoko mu lyahuro leitu lyebintu binu lya information en even I have talked now even after here other people will follow me somewhere and they never fail to follow this no gonza kurangira ebyo busubuzi bwawe no kumanisa abantu ebine kozesa show en My Planet. You can come and talk to us. We can I will give you my number. You can call to the marketing department here na bakuru abandi bagenzi betu. They can guide you no program ezindi no show ezindi no marketing department. Even through this show you can advertise, you can have a talk show, you can enjoy the facilities here. So hondera entekanizen My Planet because it is unique. It has its own dimension and direction. If anything, it is all embracing. You must fall in for your own benefit. And you take my number now before I forget. 0772 683719. Just in case you want to call. Call 0772 683719. There is WhatsApp on that line as well. No mpandikira kuraba mu her email, yes, kalyegira2017@gmail.com. kalyegira2017@gmail.com. 2017, I mean 2017 in figures, not words. That is the 2017. Kalyegira, as you hear me pronounce it, Kalyegira. There you are. So back to this business. Hospitality. Abatangiriza abantu batangira abantu batoro bagira amakune kandi ekyo kusalirwa abantu abakubunga abamu abatene makune abatene ngeso, they take it for granted ngu abo twe nasonga twakufayo na weki naso kumukose cyo kwenda naso kumuya information yone kwetaga, not necessarily. Let us be conscious and cautious. Information yetukuha neha esoko yakabi habomezwa, esoko yakabi hamakaga, esoko yakabi hakikaro cyawe, esoko yakabi habo yokwerinda kwihanga. So be cautious and conscious as well, which means wetegereze gerese nkati mutima ekyo abantu baza kisengije manya ekitalete kabi kona hamuntu wena halinyo ababiri nabandi bona basigire ni hanga lyona. Ati nje kutandika kubagambira enkambito yamahita hano bagere mundu 15 no akugambire bebintu. How did you come to know that? And even if you knew, if you're a patriotic citizen, that is your information, that's the security of your country. Obe wakitebeki don't mind wako uli mu opposition manya mkitebeki soka bigambi no yoleka banyanzigwa. This is your country, this is your home, and I'm sure the opposition people don't do such a thing because they would be stabbing themselves in the back. Comforting facilities in the area. Ebikale by'abantu abarukwija harimo ebikaro ebira bekazamu basemerirwe. Comfort zones in the place, like accommodation, for example. Omuntu oburaro mu forpoto nebikale bindi abantu abagenda kubunga hari oburaro. Amaja go kurara amago kupangisa n'ugamba lodges, hotels. Abantu abade barara mu hoteli, otagamba barara mu kisike kebakulira mu byokulya mu hoteli. No, hotel kigalihire kukire bikale bindi tukweta hoteli hano kigalihire. Hati nka Mountains of the Moon Hotel harumu ebikale byokuliramu nebyokubyambamu nebyokunyweramo nebyokusemerwamu nebyokuzaniramu. That's what a hotel is. Kyonke bikale bindi burugenda hari ekisika nka kintu kyonka hukuliramu no mumara no mugenda obundi ne access tikirumu within the building, ubuna hakongera taharumu, ubuna hakunywera taharumu, ubuna hakurara tahaliyo. Hati yigino jeta hotel. A hotel? No, it is not. That is an eating place. That is, you can be polite enough and call it a restaurant. Restaurant. So, baitu hecho kanike gelea mu semantics uko ebyo bisobora kubujja kubatalibaniza mukatandika abamu kungamba ngo hate kikaro cyange yanga kucheta hotel nango tincho nduma hakuba hecho kintu kindi oburaro accommodation. Hati nko mu Fort Portal munu, the fact is tutugira adequate accommodation. Ngambira ba Fort Portal kandi hati yo ndagambira wende mujungu akihulire kikingambira tutugira buraro okumara kwa ntaro no wakihondera kuli kita kumanyisa ngo ntutagagire kitwakora turantugoza abagenyi bengi bijana because it is a tourism city. We have to improve on accommodation. Tugire a number quite obwingi bwo buraro ekyo kimu. Ekya kabiri oburaro obu tugire obwecumi. Cleanliness or hygiene and sanitation for that matter. Neba netagisa mu buraro nkobo. Tali buraro bwonka cyoke nebikale byokuliramu, nebikale byokunyweramu, nebikale byokwegondezamu. Obor kwijja mu rubuga rwange rwa Fort Portal ekyo kusalirwa osobora ebikaro nke bikutatunga bingi muno katugambe kakugoza washrooms, places of convenience, ebikaro nke binazi, toilets, latrines. Abandi bagamba hokwe yambira tikikoza samuno kweyamba no manisaka hokwe humuriza okubera kurungi okusumurukira. Ati mu Fort Portal muno ebikale bya kuli decent bya mulingogo dora timanyero na kimu ndi muikazi tukuligama mutindu bata Fort Portal tingimanya buli nsonda this city ebikale bitinko bimanya aro ebikale bimwe kusera kusanaho kyonka tebiri adequately facilitated kubiteka rulengo oronya kusemerire hano utakakire hofukam n'oruga kuno utakakire opposite na Stanbic Bank green belt ejo hinga side mirembo lya St. Charles Lwanga town church haro enjo enkora yato kujetegeza kuri bitu rero Petecho yate kikaroboka no kirora kinebuka guzo bingi bagenzi banga bembezi boruga ndi mwebembeza tindu kudida nyo I'm not a politician tindu muntu ndi when I'm not against anybody anything but these are facts so turaho tubakusikiriza abantu barikwijya n'beje omuntu warahika ali mu rubuga nagoza kugira koko yasumuruka na niruka najia ogonya kuli hihi naho katugambe obundi omugisa gumkwata betata anya kuli hagati mu maduka anya kuli habali ya road ya ruguru anya kuli ifo mu Kisenyi anya kuli kuno gwa obikali bindi byona kokora bitekereza after all ruga turugalihira muno runo by the way ebikali ebyo tibiri kukanya tibirumu hata icyo nikibaza mpora abo kubera kuba kiriyo wanyu nikikwata mulingo gumurundo gundi tindu kudida tindu kora kibitu I'm sharing this message okwe no byonanzibo abo bwebembezi ebimo abinte muhanura no kutamunkora nibyo nkebi ebinte kuzoka bitete they matter most kora ebintu mu biteto bwabyo bitu bisemere kukira kutekereza yakole kikoto kandi mulingo kutahikire kandi kutaliyo nake koto tikiro obraro ndwetagisa bisikiriza abantu betaga kurara kurungi ndio abantu bagoza kurara kurungi n'abantu abarene ukigoza usa muntu agoza kurara kubi kuno bisusi kuno biki kuno borofu kuno chuchu kuno bigana mu mulyango mbaraza kuno munyali mibu minya mbeba nizirabanga namwe no you don't tindugamba ngo ndikokira hano bete kindugamba ebikali bisemere kwa biri free of those things birungi obor kwikamna huro semeriro muno no kirahe racyo no semerero this what is part of attraction for encouraging tourism sanitation obwechumi byonjo hygiene sanitation cyatagisa muno ameziga bintu gikaraho transportation echo tutuna muno nacho kizibu mu rubuga rwa Fopoto nembuge zindingira ebintu batandibirahuka tuna mabaseja ba boda nabwo abamu halibu tibaba becumi kurungi bitogi bikagubera byahwayo ona mana wiki buya tapogere no karana urwo yatankira kutera ruti mwe bakwahekera nyuma rwanda kujam aro na ba taxi but aboja ba boda bandugamba majority barungi muno they are clean they are good they are gentle but haru those elements abamu baru mungaba mulingo nko abantu bamenyana kubazana abantu others are rude others bene bigeso byabiri abitakiro wingi they are very good people so transport nerahuka ekyakabiri na ba taxis aba motoka entaito those cars special cars nabo balum nabo of course obwechumi no basebeko nabo kandi beka bali smart abapopota na at least aba motoka ni mbara majority of them so na motoka zabo nzira kurungi so ebikaro nkebi ebyo kukamisa babungi mseme ko abain facilities nkezo abantu nkabo hotels I have mentioned them already zibe nyingi mkikara abantu baleke kujja bakaburwa oburaro bakaburwa akayija mukagaze kira akaburwa byokulya hotels is growing befitting their names and the entitlement bakora 24/7 at least mu bikara byo kwahurira mu byokulya bikufuka ne bikutagata ne bikuoje ebi facilities zoba mu hotel no gitano zeke no jya mukaga enjara ne kuruma akakulya akakutagata no katunga yes na meza kutagata no gatunga that is befitting the name of a hotel entertainment places ebikali byokunyweramu kuziniramu kwegondezamu birumu there are some places in town here betu hati bisikiriza muno abagenyi n'ababungi standard urulengo ruro wakutamu muntu ekika kuli special sebintu kwetagisa birumu lavatories ebikari byo kugondezamu kuzinira okunywera okuikara so ebi bikaro kandi ogwecumi bwabyo nacyo kikuru munejo na security obulinzi buroho nkugamba omuntu takwija kweralikira ngu kiki kyago hano kiki kabarandigira hano kabaragira bata. Obuli security is also extremely important. Otukuba tuli bokubungisa abagenyi bakaba comfortable bakatuletera sente. Hati ebikalo bino binagamba byona nibaleta musente. Tasobola kujja kurara busa mu kyombeko ky'omuntu mu gy'omuntu nkisika ky'omuntu. They pay. Ebakozesa ebyokunywa nibasasura, ebyokulya nibasasura, ebyendo bata nibasasura. Kiki kintagambire nambere ogenda kusemerererwa mu byemizano kuno kuzina no koraki nibasasura. They make a contribution. So for you to capture that income as a tourism city or a tourism facility, nosemera kuba ekikaro kyabo kiteire mu mulingo ogurkwikana gusikiriza omuntu no gwakwaye dollar, pound, shilling ageya agondeze na semerero no mubwingi ekirungi kiseza uli na kusire kintu kirungi no gamba kanke gule no zawe sente nyingi baitu kirungi kinsemize obundi nikinyugusa nikimaliroho omutima gwange kusemerero. That's what we are talking about. Ebe bimu habintu binagambaho. Kyonka the list is not exhaustive. Timbe mazire tibohireyo. Ekintu kindi kinsemera kuongeraho mu byendo bata nizo engudo, for example, pathways or roads. Pathways handi kina makurugandi kyonka nimanisa emihanda nimanisa engudo. Hata okuba ruli rubuga nka forpoto kirungi tina mwengudo nyingiho ezuru mu cement yokurbateraho ntujeta tamak kolas kale jeta kolas yoko engudo zikirwingi mkikaro hata nkorugudo nagamba rugenda mwabereganye na mwiruko ande no mu circumstances nambere ebintu bizoka nsemera ko ruina ka kolas kugenda okwirira hine kikale kino karakata kukira kima hakiri kandi akachweka nambira kakola sikatakwikira kim kakubone haba haroho tamak ba orgudo rulimirwa kurungi rumkibo kurungi amaisitigar kurucho batere mu buvale kurungi rukwasiri harum maram nimbaza maram actually rulina maram rukamukire njura no kuba egwiri no kwekira umuntu takuterebuka nabata nambira kamukire muntu nagenda kurungi. So engudo kiba kikuru emhanda kiba kikuru no makagaitu akahanda karukujya mu kicumbiro kandi akarukujya mu kinazo no mcyorone nunda kanyima oko hati nuko ebwama nuko bibazandi akahanda karukujya akarukora bambitoka nka emhande those paths ngambira paths nangwa ono batarungereza kiba kintu beto muntu nakwetekeza cyo gamba. So obuhando emhande ngudes semere kwa nizifu wao. But not only that, ebikale ebyo hati nkekyo rubuga ni kyaka. Is it lighted up? Is there lighting? Kina masanyarazi ningoza kusima uembezi wa Forpoto. There are some portions of the city nambera masanyarazi gali nko maduka hagati aho manyire. Our central business district is small. Maduka hataito kachoketi kataito muno. Nebyombeko norora ko kubiri and all these things but nimanya seje na bakazi asente zabo nibeja kuombeka, but in the meantime mukasomikana okusikiriza tukulikwingi muno arwaje rwebyombeko kali nabinja kubazaho mulingo gumu ndio gundi mu mulingo murungi kwekambisa kusemeza kyombeko cyao betu hati lighting amatara abantu barwa beze mu rubuga nibetaga barubate no netito kabayikazi urubate no huweza urukurora some quite good meters away mite 10-20 beno huweza no what is happening there in that environment. Hata likurora akatara warora wagarukira nka hano hameza kuyongera mita nka 5 kayirima zigizigi no hata icyo tukusikiriza abagenyi rundi ababungi if anything in batina natural abantu tutino mwirima kandi tuhikire uko mwirima hesereka mu bingi haro abantu abo mwirima haro bikorwa ebyo mwirima abaisi abasuma abantu bona bakole bintu bitali ecyo muntu atasokusanga nokora akasemerwa niwo kesimo kagena nacyo maiso abantu bakozesa mwirima bakozesa ebisaka bakozesa mwirima bakozesa ebina ebihanga oko so hata rubuga rusemeriye kuba rurumu amatara negaka utagamba ndagaiha tingambira gomuka yawe ningambo urubuga rugira obwebembezi rugira management rugira leadership rugira mbalira rugira budget so mu bintu bikubalirirwa bikugurwa bikukorwa amatara kiba kikuru muno ncho nsimire city eno ebicweka byeteremu amatara baitu no kugoza kubagambira uburaba no mpura rundi nondora yo mu habebembezo ndi abakazi borugara wa fopoto tuna mpuso zezimu ezirukubi nango nanambira amatara gali no manya amatara gali kiro wingi gana gatene kasumkana hano is it solar lighting system tinkumanya it is indeed baitu nigama liko rubajurumu etaro ubundi netera rubajurumu ubundi netera aho mita square mita nka 5 rundi mukaga naso kuweza baitu kweyongerayo rubajururi hali yonke kirima hati katugambe nka muzigiti ya yes nisima government mu ruguda haramata cyoka rubajururi okusimuka muzigiti haro akirima zigizigi aha obundi na babujunanizibwa management yo muzigiti the mosque here the city mosque nabo bakubira ubundi ni batahamatara nago agarukumulika leti yage katangatangana nagahangudo who would do that whoever is responsible hecho ntekereza tukunikirese ngecho kurora abarungi mutantwara ko BUC otukubantu baza communication zaitu humu ntunikara ni nkora disclaimer ni ndenga kusobora otanye tegereza kubi uko abantu abamo takabalize gamba gamanyo manye cyo kugenda kugamba kandi wake manyo tantaka kibalize kandi kibalize mu moyo my tone my intention my reason nacho kirungi kumanya bigenda kubalizamu nimbaza bwo burungi bwa bulyomo betumawo bwo kuhinguraho okajya katale kampango kahinguraho post officer ukagumizamu nogenda boma no kujya kuturukira kikimuha polisi yihange ya region yona ukahingura hakizaniro cya boma oli mu miti ya kuli kuyongera genda okuzanya bukara betukira muna aho mu mutima gwa boma ha golf course yao haihina after post office as you go upwards direction ya mpanga secondary akachoka kona keruguru okatemba okajya kuturukira kimuhano ha Fort Motel mu rubuga rwa Fort Poto ekichweke kichona kairima zigizigi okakwata kaguda akakugenda karugenda kagota polisi okagisiga akakaguda kairima zigizigi hati aha kujya gwa Charles Singa rugira post office otembere hako kabira konyenya akairima kaliaho kanywegeza empisi kandi uru rugude nuwija hakitebe kikuru ekyo bwebembezi bwa city hakitebe kikuru ekya polisi hanga hakitebe kikuru ekyo bitongole bya government ebiragiro ebya buli kintu yone cyo ratekerezao abya security anything you can think about you can't afford to have a place like that and you are planning for the city you are leading a city you are working for the city it is a tourism city no guys leaders I respect and like you but do things ninkimanya resources tisukumarita but prioritize one of the priority areas or places for security purposes the cities especially is lighting for heaven's sake lighting is key yeah lighting is key na siweje nayo kikuru muno inekorwaho yes nibyongambere hejina sanitation nebyo biona nabyo bikorwa cyonka nimbisengereza kintu cya lighting kikuru muno abantu bakurubata mu rubuga barubate batakutina barubate nibahwezo no hakwana hije kirkwija habeho omugisa go kurora to see to watch but also okungera mu buhingi bwa CCTV cameras kumulika ezokwate bisani bibintu birugena maiso especially ebisobora kuhonderezibwa kwa nibizoka biri bya kabi nko busuma nko buyisi kebintu bindi nkebe ozo kuongera mu rubuga nko uruburambuzi abantu ni bamanya bali mu secure ni bahweza kandi kako aba incident yona ebisani nibijja kuboleka no kugamba enkozi zebi byabo ni bahonderezibwa ni bakwatwa nebintu ebindi byona nibiterekera. I'm talking about factors that facilitate a successful tourism place. I'm talking about tourism city kechokurorao eno ya Fort Portal hati nembuge zindi nebikale bindi not necessarily ngo bya tourism yokurambura cyonka nambira abantu bona barkwikara abasobora kwijja bakakora business. Yes hati ibyo ntekereza bikuru nengudo nazo nkuru okuba nazo na drainage system nayo nkuru of course hati ekinte kindi eki urukuri mukazi wa Fort Portal kanyowe ekintu ekindi kumara amaani nuko okurora enkora y'enguudo zaitu. Tinkumanya aho twina abantu technicians, technical people, engineers, construction engineers, road engineers, abantu abaginga muno ntubeta abakugu akumanya ebyenguudo nokumbeka nokora. Betata okwija mu rubuga rwa Fopoto enjuro gwe kubegwire. Hariho radio Voice of Toro opposite Rwajuruli Ningamba Rugadi Street, Rugadi Road, Rugadi Street. Direction ya Andrew Brothers supermarket. Nkarkweyongera nkargonza gena kakasesa kuja kweka day to day eating place there. Egi Fort Pharmacy oyingule kachombeke twataga nati nge kandi ku kyaro Continental hati uruguda uru hagati olere vyoti kuno Continental enjuro gwe kugwa my friend uruguda that mean one nukujo hika round about eginambere barukombeka mu hagati obwerolere echombeke kere hira kiro ha echombeke kere echo musaija murungi muno nagoze korakora nekichoka cyo wawo myaka yonje eje chombeke chonga round about bitu ningamba aho gihinguraho n'uruga Kasese kandi utakagikire n'uruga Kampala kuno lili Voice of Toro radio nebikale bindi na active supermarket chonka mu rugudo hagati enjuro gwe kugo eginyanja rugudo rumu kolas tamak amaizi tigene outlets tigene drainage tigarukugenda tigatungeraho kuno bokora mu mbaje n'orango bakasondokana ko bwina rusana buliyo amaizi. The water is not moving, it's not draining. Kandi mu mutima gorubuga uko hono obarkujya mu Fopoto no kwikira no kurora ngo hagati ya Fopoto kakika kwatid hagati ya Fopoto, but our gudo is really disgusting. Yeah, this is it. This is my home city. It is disgusting. Okay, gudo wa central government, yes. And the Fort Portal city as well. Tuno bujuna nzibwa nkabembezi nkabalemi nkaba manager ukurole binte bikukorwa. Enjoro yagwa urugudo rwatungere nyanja motoka kuraba mu speed abantu nibogera kimwe amaizi ni bakoraki na amaizi agandi motoka werugatera ukuweberu endole rwamu tazimukize nigasubira no kugwa munda motoka abantu kuchwanganiza kitalibaniza. So city nekikale kindi cyone kirikuba kiricyo burambuzi kirikuba kine ebintu nkibi nikiba kitali kirungi. So leadership inakuwa focused kubaga conscious about these things. Yeah, I'm not ending on a bad note. Nina kunihera no kwikiza no kwesigamu. The more our leaders become more conscious, the more our leaders become more mindful, the more our leaders care about what they are doing by its name and by their positions. Ebintu bija kukorwa yes, betu mchetagisa commitment. Kugonza kwehayo kweyangisa kwehayo ekisani kyawe nkomwebembezi. You are legacy as well. Mkasumika ko kwebembezi nka mayor nka city clerk nka technical engineers bokombeka bengudo bebya masanyarazi. What legacy, what contribution have you made? Mu resource nkezi nyakuro, what priorities have you made? Ebintu byono so kutabikora kikumakini, but there are those that are key, especially now we have a tourism city. But for sure, I'm sending out. I want to thank you, my viewer at Fort TV, where we keep it entertained. Thank you for keeping with me from 8 to 10 now a.m. I'm leaving this place, wishing you the best and wishing you a nice weekend. Until next week, bye-bye.
Fort TV, stay entertained.